A very interesting event. I thought that I thought Rhaegar and his brother were friends, but apparently they've had a recent falling out since they're now rivals. And Rhaegar's claiming that Rhaegar's taking the piss and he wants a duel. So we're going to allow him to duel and hope that the brothers don't kill each other, because that would suck. I mean, that's what happened. That's what happened to my brother Arion. He dueled his rival, and his rival killed the guy. Yeah, I'm hosting another tournament as well. Trying to get 10k prestige. Just to make Aegon the Dragon Knight pretty badass. Fine just as all of them. Yeah, Dane was killed. Unfortunate. I started talking to one of my guests in a feast and found this interesting. Hours flew by. Okay, I'm friends with Rhaegar. Yeah, I do believe I'm friends with a lot of people, members of my family, actually. Including my other son. Rhaegar would win, I'd assume. He's got a dual multiplier of 22, while his brother has one of only 18, so... Sir Renly was unhorsed, leaving Sir Lan as the champion. No particular name or title or anything. Yeah, the lowborn knight ran off with a noble lady who likes women apparently, but she's too lazy to chase women, so she chased the lowborn knight who won that. Yay! Did that always give that? I know I did the minus fertility thing and. But I don't recall it doing the attraction option. That's quite funny. Glorious events. I get a bunch of prestige for that. But yeah, basically this seems to be the entirety of King Aegon the Dragon Knight's rule. Basically just being a badass, hosting tourneys, keeping peace in the realm, and a little bit of religious uprising here and there. But I plan to really push the religious thing when Rhaegar takes over, hence him being the righteous and being zealous and everything. I anticipate a big rebellion there that we'll have to deal with. Which I'm looking forward to, because thus far we haven't had any huge battles. It is the one downside to the whole idea of playing as a big dynasty over the course of like 300 years, controlling the Iron Throne. You get to a certain point in Crusader Kings 2 where you become so powerful that it's just, nothing can kill me. I mean, if I really wanted to, I have Balerion the Dread, and the Dragon Knight is basically the most badass character ever, other than the fact that he's a internet web weaver rather than a commander. But easily, I could conquer the rest of Essos very, very, very easily. Without much thing. You'll notice as well, Volantis has sort of gotten smaller. They've lost some of their things over here. All the war and some of their stuff is split up. Nah. They've lost most of it, and they've pushed this way a little. And these guys have taken over some of this and are pushing against Pentos. I'm kind of hoping eventually that a large empire will form over in Essos that we'll have to fight later on. But I might be asking for a bit much. The AI is not that smart, I don't think. But we'll see. That's all for now anyway. We'll skip ahead to some interesting stuff, as usual. You remember the night, like 2 seconds ago? Of course you remember it. It was 2 seconds ago. For you guys, anyway. But, remember this guy? He ran off with the lazy lesbian, the LL, for instance. Good lord, that was horrible. But yeah, he ran off with her. He's an option. We need a Kingsguard spot, so... The highest honor to serve in the Kingsguard, yeah. If there was ever a time to let a lowborn nobody into the Kingsguard, it was probably after he beat probably some of the Kingsguard in the tourney and won first place, if you know what I mean. So yeah, consider that his reward for winning the regional tourney, or the realm-wide one. And it is just called Lan. Lan the Nothing. For he will amount to nothing. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. My kid really likes making friends. Another of his rivals, they've had a little... They're having a little defending against and the revolt against the rule of Prince Thingamajig the Righteous. As if they'd get away with revolting against the Crown Prince. Doesn't make much sense. But either way, news from Fire Your Grace. During the War of the Iron Throne, the dragons Thingamajig and Thingamajig met in fierce... kind of takes away the epicness of it, doesn't it? The dragons Thingamajig and Thingamajig met in fierce combat, their riders driving them to Thingamajig at each other's Thingamajig. Their riders of Thingamajig eventually prevailed, killing Thingamajig. And to sum that up, the rider of... Yeah, the rider of the Lord of Driftmark. Yeah, him. His dragon was killed, I believe. Yeah. His dragon, this was killed by my kid's wife's dragon. We're winning, basically. And we got another faith with the militant bollocks to deal with. How fun those things are. Please take this as a sign of my continued loyalty. Yeah, sure. You killed your dragon, and now you've got wounded. Well done. Dumbasses keep rising up, and dumbasses keep getting beaten back down again, and they never fucking learn. Do you want to see how fucked up the borders are? Look at this. What the hell is this? Look, there's bits of the Vale. And look, there's bits of the Stormlands up here. There's a bit of Westerlands over there. Thing is, I'll go through and deal with all this at some point. And then it will just go back to being fucked up again. So I'd rather deal with it like right near the end where we're about to win the series, so we can go, here's what the borders look like at the last second kind of thing. Because I've dealt with these before. They were perfectly clean yesterday when I edited it all off camera. Did a bunch of cheating to fix the damn borders. I hate how the borders do, and they swap between... I think there's a sub-mod that stops this from happening that I'm going to have to look into getting. But, at any rate, we'll ignore that for now, and move on. Yay. We're almost at 10k prestige, which is awesome. I'm pretty sure that means he's beaten Aegon the Conqueror, interestingly. Hey guys, the plan was to record during the reign of Prince Rhaegar II, or Rhaegar the Righteous, but something's happened that's fucking hilarious. My youngest son, who's ambitious, I recently thought he's got that. Who's he been fucking? And then I went to relations, and I noticed this. He's been having relations with his dragon. No wonder he's got problems. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you have unprotected dragon sex. Yep. That's a thing now. That's a thing. Moving on. My son, also known and publicly known as the Dragon Shagger, wishes to go off and enlist in a sellsword company. Yes, go forth and make me proud. We'll just be here and we'll try to forget about the fact that you've been doing stuff with your dragon. It's very weird. Please leave. So yeah, he's buggered off to Essos and done what he wants to do. My youngest isn't married, and well, he is married now, apparently. He's married somewhere over in Atlantis. There you go. He'll bugger off and do whatever the hell he wants to do. He has a dragon, and a powerful one at that he happens to be screwing. But, you know, weird as that is. You know, since he's married, there might be a Targaryen branch that sprouts up over in Essos. You never know. And if they keep control of that dragon, then they could conquer, which would be pretty cool if that happened. And a new little kingdom started to sprout over in Essos. Volantis was doing that for a bit. I think they had a dragon. Because I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 dragons have ended up over in Essos, away from our control. But, at any rate, we'll continue. While we're here, though, I've got the heir to the Tullys and the heir to the Riverlands, who's current Lord Paramount of the North, is Valyrian faith, because we tutored him. And the same goes with the future Lord of the Vale as well. There's also Valyrian faith, because we tutored him. And we're just becoming more badass. He's age 59. He's got to die soon, right? I kind of want him to, so I can take direct control of the kids. Which reminds me that the future heir is Maegor Targaryen, the first guy to not have Targaryen features. He's married to the daughter of the Lord of the Vale right now. Who has... I have far more learning than the rest of them, so yeah. We'll tutor my grandson. He is my grandson, and he should be... It's my kinsman. Yeah, that's my grandson, and my grandson's kid is Belor. But, yeah, at any rate. Do they have twins, and one of them died or something? Oh no, that's the dead one. Okay, never mind. Anyway, moving on. Hopefully to the next role of the next king, which will be Rhaegar the Righteous. King Aegon the Dragon Knight has passed at the age of 61. Finally died of natural ages. A bit depressed in his final years and a bit more religious when he turned zealous and whatnot and started converting bits and places. His son Rhaegar II, known as the Righteous, has taken over. And he's a lot like his father, actually, doing a lot of tourneys and everything, and a bit more religious. I think he's the one who convinced his father to push the Valyrian faith on the people. But at any rate, he does a lot of tourneys, and is right now up against his brother, who's Prince Rhaegar the Ruthless, and is the designated regent of the Iron Throne. They actually do get along. I mean, look, they grew up together, they love each other and everything. They are rivals, but I think it's more of a friendly rivalry. I'm not sure if the game's going to register that or not, though. But at any rate, we're now charting down the list of them. It'll be interesting to see who wins this. You definitely guide your lance and strike whilst evading their chance. You expertly struck Prince Rhaegar with your lance right in the middle of his breastplate, causing your lance to shatter into 1,000 pieces that he sent flying from his saddle. The crowd gives a greater cheer at your victory, and is relieved to see Prince Rhaegar is unharmed. I just bested my brother. Ha! There's the rivalry for you, douchebag. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. No one was capable of unhorsing me as my fine moment. I claim the victor's purse and the adoration of the gallery. Yeah, we'll give my vassals some credit. My ward or squire some credit, whatever. But there you go. I thought that was worth showing. We just bested my brother, who is my rival, in a tourney, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, things are going okay. Things aren't too bad. Let's got another kid. I'm not particularly bothered what my kids are doing. He's spreading his false religion. Yeah. But yeah, things aren't going too bad at all. I mean, the Valyrian faith is slowly spreading across the Westerlands, mainly in the Stormlands and the West and everything. The Riverlands aren't doing too bad. The Old Gods aren't too bad pushing that way, but some of the Iron Isles have converted. Every now and again, I pop up in new regions being converted. But Lord Tully is... Shit, where did you die? You died after a period of illness. Crap, we're going to have to deal with that. Yeah, you're still alive. But yeah, Tully and Arryn, so the Riverlands are north, and the Vale are all going to be Valyrian faith. That basically makes every single Lord Paramount that I have the same religion as myself, other than the guys over in Essos, who we haven't really been paying any attention to. They've just sort of been there. Officially part of the kingdom, but not really officially, you know, controlled by us. They sort of just do whatever the hell they want, and fly our banners over their shit on occasion. But, yeah, all of them stand down, that's fine. But yeah, I'll deal with some crap off camera for a sec. Well, actually, we'll deal with it now. How did she die just after a period of illness? That is shitty. Do I have any unmarried? No, you're betrothed to the Prince of Dawn. You have all sons? Yeah, you have all sons as well. Wait, but didn't my brother have some kids? Yeah, all sons again. I've done that one. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be marrying. No, I don't think we'll be marrying the Tully off to anyone of my line for a bit. Hopefully, anyone he marries basically will be Valyrian. The kids will be Valyrian, so I don't mind. Anyway, we'll skip forward. I was hoping for like some grand scale rebellion, but again, everyone basically likes me other than this guy because I've slandered him. Apparently, I think that was that guy who just told the fuck off. Yeah, that guy hates me, but everyone else is just perfectly cool with me. Yeah. So there's the downside to the idea of doing this. We're so powerful now that it's finding an actual conflict that gives us any challenge at all is actually a little bit difficult. You know, if we can't find anything whatsoever to do, we'll probably end the series a lot sooner than I'd hoped to have ended it. But it may not be too bad for you guys. I just edit it forward instantly to things that I want to talk about or show you. But for me, I have to sit here sometimes an hour in between each edit with fuck all happening. And I'm just bored out of my goddamn skull doing this. Nothing happens. Nothing. Every now and again I go, huh, that's cool. I record it, show you it, and that's it. Like, other than the occasional stupid-ass goddamn rebellion that I have to crush, which is just dealt with, like, poof, done. Yeah, I don't know. We'll keep going, see what happens, and push the series as long as we can. Hope for some rebellion at some point or something interesting to happen. But if it continues to do this, then I believe you'll all be with me when I say that it's just better to end it and move on. But we'll see how it goes. Hey guys, we're playing as my grandson, or my previous grandson, King Maker. Maker? Yeah, Maker. I suppose it's Rhaegar, you don't pronounce the E, but Maker. Or Maker the Black Dragon. We'll just call him the Black Dragon. Since he's the first Targaryen king ever not to have the famous silvery hair, but he still looks kind of badass with Aegon's crown and everything and the black armor. He rides his father dragon into battle, who's not too bad, but he's still kind of a young dragon. His father, King Baelor the Handsome, as the people know him, was basically the shittest fighter out of all the Targaryen kings yet, although he did enjoy dueling. He died in a little Faith of the Seven uprising, one of those little tiny-ass rebellions. He must have, like, got off of his dragon to give the guy a fair fight or something, or he slipped off his dragon and fell to his death. Whatever happened in the battle, he died in one of the little rebellions, which has since made King Maega kind of pissy towards the High Septim and everything. Law-wise, I mean, what we really did is we publicly deposed him and tried to arrest the High Septim for trying to spread Favour of the Seven, but canon-wise, and, you know, I suppose, in the eyes of the rest of the realm, we're saying that the High Septim had orchestrated the uprising that led to his father's death. So now we've marched on Old Town and the Starry Sept with basically, I mean, 110k troops and all of our dragons. And we'll see if anyone is stupid enough to take up arms against us. Yeah. Tully in the north has remained neutral. Yeah, the borders are really fucked up, by the way. Really, really fucked up. Whoa, the game's getting all bitchy on me. Great, surrounded everyone we could. Yeah. Yeah, the Martells. Basically, everyone is not the Martells, the Waltz their faces. I don't know what the hell their family name is, to be honest. But yeah, I figured we'd start off the introduction to the Black Dragon's rule by arresting the High Septim. And execute the High Septim for his part in the conspiracy against the Iron Throne, which led to the death of my father. Feed him to my dragon! No, we won't feed him to my dragon. But anyway, we'll use this opportunity to keep you guys, or update you, I suppose. I won't say keep you updated, just update you with it. It's been a while. I think the last time we were playing as King Rhaegar the Righteous, he died incapable, comatose in a bed. His son, King Baelor, took over. His rule was short, and like I said, he got killed in an uprising, which his son has just avenged, so to speak. He's half Arryn as well, whose mother has gone celibate since the death of his her husband. And the Black Dragon is married to a Stormlander chick, as well as married to her from the House Celtigar. Or Celtigar, either way. I always said Celtigar. It'll do. But my first wife is pregnant, which would be good. I'll have an heir. I'll just keep you guys updated on what all the Lord Paramounts are doing. These guys still control Dawn. They've got a strong claim hold on it. The Targaryens still control the Reach. Relatively strong claim on it. I mean, we've got little cadet branches still sort of tossed around the place. Actually, they've lost Golden Grove, but they've still got control of the Mandevale bit. Interesting. The Lannisters still control the West. They've got a strong claim and hold on things. The Tullys, this guy has been blind for how fucking long. But his sons inherited the North. So the North and the Real Lands will become one little kingdom. Unless someone overthrows them. People have tried. Actually, his brother's part of the Kingsguard. A bit of a shitty Kingsguard member, but all the same, it keeps them in line. The Vale is controlled by my uncle at the moment. And again, they're Valyrian, as are the North, and the Riverlands will be as well once this prick dies and it goes over to the kid. I've broken a betrothal with him, apparently. Don't know when that happened. You guys have gone over to the Harpy, which is weird. Like I said, a lot of regions have turned over to the Faith of the Valyrian. The Faith of the Valyrian, whatever anyone would call it. The Westerlings control that, interestingly. Rain controls that. Crakles down here. They're Valyrian as well. These guys are Valyrian. Pretty much most of the West is the Valyrian Faith at this point. You can see all the... And weirdly, Old Town, first of all, is no longer in control of the High Towers, but is R'hllor. Which is very, very strange. Very strange. Meanwhile, over here, we actually control this kingdom here, which I've given to my uncle, or actually the previous king gave to his half-brother, which is his uncle, right here. And he controls this little region that we took from those idiots, because they kept fighting over stuff, so I wanted to get rid of them and tell them that they couldn't do that anymore. So I gave it to my uncle, who has a dragon. Pretty badass dragon. It's kind of badass. Yeah, it is pretty good. But he'll be able to hold his own there. I've also got another uncle over here, who's known as the Dragon Tamer. And he's just a small vassal bit over in the Kingdom of Andalus, which is controlled by House Hallow now, interestingly. But yeah, that's a Targaryen presence over in Essos now, basically. These guys have expanded, slowly but surely. They're constantly fighting back and forth between all these lot. See? Eventually, I think they'll like take all of Pentos, which would be pretty sweet. I'm really hoping there's like a giant empire that forms around here someplace. I don't want to conquer too much of Essos, because I could easily do it, and it'll be really very boring. How's the Iron Isles doing? It's pretty good, all things considered. Although, if he dies now, it's going to fall into the hands of the Reach, which will be funny. We've got Targaryen line taking and Pike still, who has plenty of kids. The Mormonts have the lordship of bloody White Harbour. Like I said, I need to deal with all the borders, which are all fucked up to hell right now, but eventually we'll deal with those. Look at Carhold. They've taken all of Umber's lands. The Boltons were wiped out ages ago. Not Ironrath. The Foresters have been completely wiped out. The family no longer exists. There might be some female collections around somewhere, but the male line has been completely annihilated. But that's all for now, really, guys. Like I said, the Black Dragon is not the greatest of military commanders. He is a skilled fighter and knight, fair, both the things. His dragon's okay and he's got decent traits. Actually, I've got all my allies. Most of my vassals like me. We're doing good. There's not really much in the way of combat. I'm thinking at this point what I might do is, I believe there's a cheat for like observe or something that allows you to back out and let the game play without it popping up with things every 2 seconds. So if I could go watch TV for a bit and let the game play in the background for ages and come back in, say, 100 years and then, like, you know, I might do that. Just to, you know, I don't know. It might fuck up things too badly if we let the AI have that much control, though. So we probably won't do that, but either way. There's nothing going on for now, so, yeah. We'll come back when there is something going on, which might be a while yet. A grim day in the otherwise peaceful reign of the Black Dragon. Somewhat peaceful, anyway. Minus the couple of mini rebellions here and there, but we get those from all the fucking time since we're High Valyrian. One of your sons has perished after being served a cup of poisoned tea by Shireen, your treacherous wife. I was going to say wife there for a second. It seems she murdered him in an effort to improve the influence and standing of her own offspring with you. This bitch dies for that. My son, who will suffer thousands deaths for this bitch. Yeah, she gets killed for murdering one of my sons. My second-born son and second eldest as well. Bitch. Yeah. Who were her kids? Her kids are Aemon and her, who's married to the Daenerys. They don't seem to be at all bothered that I've killed their mother. I suppose I did have very good reasons to do so. But at any rate, moving on. There's not really much going on whatsoever, as seems to be the default. The Valyrian faith is slowly spreading. I mean, bits of Dawn have converted. Some of the Riverlands is converted. But otherwise, nothing is happening. And you know, it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to wait another, like, hour or two before anything somewhat interesting happens for me to show you. And I don't get anything done out of it. And I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I don't think this series is going to last nearly as long as I kind of wanted it to. Because the reality of the situation is hitting me, and the reality is that it's going to be very fucking boring for me. And I'm just really bored out of my goddamn mind. I don't want to continue, but we'll push onwards. We'll push onwards. And hope that something happens to kick some life into this campaign, because if not, then I believe we're going to call it a bit earlier than we planned. Alright guys, enough is enough. I've gone as far as I can with this series. Just recording for so fucking long with absolutely nothing happening, and I'm bored out of my skull with CK2. So, I'm going to end things here. We've done like 180 years and 9 kings, perhaps 10, I suppose, if you count the end of Kingmaker's rule, the Black Dragon, and his son coming to power, Prince Daemon, who's going to be the first Daemon, I suppose. He's pretty good, but the kid's going to grow up, and it's just peaceful. There's nothing happening. I could conquer Westeros, maybe form the Empire of New Valyria, maybe give the Empire to one of my younger sons, and eventually have a battle. That's what somebody suggested over Steam. I think it was Duck, but meh. Somebody suggested that, and I was like, yeah, that might be fun, but that'd be it, kind of thing. I could end it on that note, but like I said, we could have conquered Essos ages ago, and really it's just Pentos, and then you got Mir, which has conquered a large section, and Volantis is just in ruins by the looks of things. Lys has fallen to those guys. But no, I think now's as good a time to end things, really. I was going to skip ahead to Daemon and then do that Valyrian thing where I form the Empire, give it to somebody else, and then have a big fight. But that big fight would not be very big at all, really, or very interesting. It'd just be poof, I win, and every like minute that I spend on CK2 now is fucking torture. and I just don't want to do it anymore. Not for a while, at least. I need a good month away from this game. Which is excellent, because by the time you watch this video, I would have had a good month away from this game. And then I'd be back to playing it again, and then I'd actually enjoy it. You cannot record videos for YouTube if you are not enjoying yourself. And right now, I am not enjoying playing this. It's boring the living shit out of me. So, we're going to cut our losses. I'll end this series a bit prematurely before, you know, I know I said we'll continue until we die, but I'm dying here, people. I'm dying. The Targaryens may not be dying. There's like fucking... There is 119 of them alive. A total of 320 members. We control the Reach, the Iron Isles. The Vale's controlled by Arryn still. The North is controlled by the Tullys, who are former sovereign. All of the Lord Paramounts are of the Valyrian faith. The Valyrian faith is slowly spreading across Westeros. And the Faith of the Seven's authority has just been crushed years ago. The dragons are still very much alive. The dragons are showing no signs of ever stopping. In fact, there's just... Look at all the goddamn dragons. But yes, like I said, nail in the coffin. And we'll end it here. I do thank you for watching, and again, sorry for ending it a bit earlier than I promised. I know I said I'd continue it on throughout the echoes of time and space and whatnot, but that is just not realistic. Fuck all happens when you're this powerful. Nothing is happening. I'm bored. And while you guys may get, oh look, 5-minute segment here where something interesting happens. Between those 5-minute segments is 2 hours of me doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. So yeah, we're ending it. Nail in the coffin. We are out. Thank you for watching. That's all for now. Soul out.